The movie starts in a shopping mall where a mother-daughter duo is seen shopping. The mom, Ewa, is a beautiful single parent who has been taking care of her daughter, Yulka, ever since her husband passed away 10 years ago. It turns out Yulka is celebrating her 18th birthday today, and they are planning to host a party at their lake house, so they are gathering supplies for decoration and food. Yulka reveals that she has invited many friends, and Ewa seems to be fine with it. But just then, they notice a young guy staring at them from outside the mall. He is Adrian, Yulka's boyfriend. Ewa, who was happy a while ago, suddenly changes her expression, and it appears as if she hates the boy. She tells Yulka to focus on the shopping, but the latter reveals that she has invited Adrian as well. She then rushes outside and kisses her boyfriend passionately, right in front of her mom. After a while, Ewa also comes out with the groceries. Adrian, who is smoking a cigarette, greets her politely, but she doesn't reply back. She just wants to go home and get on with the party celebrations, but to her dismay, her daughter keeps locking lips with the boy. Shortly after, the trio gets in the car and heads to the lake house. Ewa is driving, and the young couple sits at the back, doing what they do best. But for some reason, Adrian keeps staring at Ewa through the mirror. The latter notices it, but she doesn't say a word. Once they arrive, Yulka grabs some stuff from the car and heads inside, leaving the other two alone. Using this opportunity, Ewa warns the boy to go away. She tells him that his bus will be leaving in an hour and that he shouldn't miss it. However, Adrian explains that Yulka invited him, so he best stay and make her happy. Hearing this, Ewa doesn't say a word and simply heads to the other room. In the next scene, Yulka approaches her mom in her swimming attire and reveals that she is going for a swim along with Adrian. As expected, Ewa does not like the fact that her daughter is hanging out with that guy, but she doesn't say a word. After the kids are gone, Ewa starts cleaning and decorating the place alone. At first, she wipes the tables and then hangs some lanterns, but surprisingly, when she spots a half-dressed Adrian, she cannot seem to take her eyes off of him. It is evident that there is chemistry between the two. Later, as Ewa is inside the house, cleaning the carpets, Adrian suddenly approaches her, saying he is here to get the sunscreen. Seeing him, Ewa is startled, and she keeps looking at him in awe. She pretends that she hates him and wants him gone, but deep down, things are different. For a few seconds, the two just stare at each other. To break the silence, Adrian requests that he be allowed to stay for the night, but Ewa tells him that the next bus leaves in an hour. She then heads to the bathroom, saying she will get the sunscreen for him. However, once inside, she starts drinking water profusely, indicating that she had become very nervous. After she regroups, she hands him the sunscreen and sends him away. But even this time, Ewa keeps staring at the boy. A few hours later, the kids are finally done with their swimming session, and they get back inside the house. Yulka is impressed by how well the place has been decorated, and she thanks her mom for it. But then, Ewa breaks the bad news to them. She says that Adrian's father just called, and he is looking for the house keys, so now he will have to return all the way home. Adrian does have the keys on him, but he knows that his father never called. Ewa is simply lying to send him away. When Yulka inquires why his dad didn't call him directly, Ewa explains that the network is very bad in the lake, so that's why he called her. Shortly after, Yulka heads inside the house to retrieve the keys, leaving the other two alone. Adrian takes this opportunity to plead with Ewa that he wants to stay and have fun for the night, but she once again refuses. She calls him a liar and asks him to stop pretending to love her daughter. Adrian promises that he has feelings for Yulka, but the woman just laughs it off. She calls him shameless and asserts that she knows why he is here. This time, Adrian doesn't say a word. It seems as if he has admitted defeat. Sometime later, as Ewa is preparing some food in the kitchen, she notices the young couple outside. Yulka is bidding her boyfriend goodbye by hugging and making out with him. Adrian is ready to go, but he promises to return as soon as he returns the keys. After he leaves, Ewa breathes a sigh of relief. Although it is evident that she likes the boy, she wants to stay away from him because of her daughter. She doesn't want to ruin their sacred relationship. In the next scene, Yulka joins her mom in the kitchen, and together they start preparing the cake. Out of the blue, she asks Ewa why she hates Adrian so much. The mom is left completely speechless, as she has no valid reason for it. So, Yulka quickly changes the topic and reveals that Adrian asked about Ewa twice today. He was very interested in knowing about her. Yulka told him everything about her mom's hobbies and past relationships. She even revealed the fact that her mom went skinny dipping in the lake, which caused the neighbors to file a complaint against her. Hearing this, Ewa becomes embarrassed and asks her daughter why she would reveal something personal like this. Yulka doesn't respond, and she instead asks where the milk cartons are. Ewa remembers keeping them in the storeroom, but she lies that she forgot to bring them from the shopping mall. She then changes into new clothes, grabs her car keys and leaves, saying that she will be back in 20 minutes with the milk. After a while, Awa spots Adrian walking down the road alone and asks if he wants a lift. The latter doesn't think twice and immediately gets in. For the first 10 minutes, the two barely speak a word, and the situation appears to be very awkward. But when they reach a secluded area, Ava suddenly stops the car. This is when Adrian gets close to her and starts caressing her hair. Awa doesn't resist, and the next second, they end up making out. This finally explains why the two kept staring at each other throughout the day. They were obviously attracted to each other, but decided to refrain from doing anything drastic. Adrian actually loves Yulka and came to visit her in the lake house, but deep down, he also wanted to screw her mom. On the other hand, Ava tried to stop herself from crossing any unethical boundaries, but in the end, her hormones got the better of her. The way the two got intimate reveals that this isn't their first time. Although Adrian is just 17 and Awa is 42, the two are loving their secret relationship. After they are done, Adrian heads outside to take a leak, while Ava gets several calls from her daughter. However, she doesn't pick up any of them. Ava instantly regrets the whole thing, so she asks him for a cigarette to calm down. As she spokes, Adrian stares at her menacingly. He then promises to see her again soon before walking away. After he is out of sight, Awa begins contemplating her life choices. On the one hand, she loves her daughter a lot and doesn't want to break her trust. But on the other hand, she cannot stop herself from getting intimate with Adrian. This might be because she lost her husband a long time ago, and since then, she has been alone. The sight of any male in front of her, whether it be a teenager, makes her hormones go crazy. Shortly after that, Awa reaches home, where she notices that all the decorations have been destroyed. It is revealed that she was away for more than 2 hours, when she clearly said that she would return back in 20 minutes. When Ava heads outside, she notices a distraught Yulka sleeping on the floor. The teenager has destroyed the cake too, and she doesn't want to celebrate her birthday anymore. She inquires why Awa didn't pick up any of her calls, and the latter pretends that her phone was on mute. Yulka then reveals that she found the milk cartons in the storeroom. They were there the whole time, so she doesn't understand why her mom went to the shopping mall again. Awa doesn't say anything, and she simply asks her daughter why she destroyed the decorations. With teary eyes, Yulka reveals that just a few minutes ago, Adrian had texted her, "He will not be coming today or any other day. He is left for good." Saying this, she breaks down in tears. Yulka continuously says that her mother was right. Adrian was a bad person after all. Ava also concurs with the statement, and she now finally realizes that the boy didn't love her daughter. He had just come here to make out with Ava, and now that he had succeeded in his mission, he has gone away from their lives, never to be seen again. The movie ends as Ava thinks to herself if she is a good mother after all.